Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and today we're actually going to do an unboxing. We're going to do today the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. And this is part of the September 2025 Card Deck Club subscription box from Hay House. In this particular box, we received the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle, the Inner Temple Oracle, and Trust Your Vibes. And we also got a super cool and absolutely enchanting smelling diffuser. And actually, I looked it up on the website since I did the unboxing, and it's actually a car diffuser. So I was kind of wondering, how you would diffuse it. There's nothing with it, but you just take this little plastic stopper off, put the lid back on, tip it, and there's a string inside there, and it will diffuse in your car. So super cool. This is from the House of Candles by Adrian, Sea Salt and Orchid. And like I said, it just smells absolutely heavenly. So I will be putting that in my car, as my car tends to be a little bit of a pet taxi. So anyway, so let's get right into today. We are going to look at the Trust Your Vibes deck. I will put all of the links to the other unboxings in the description box down below so you can find them easily. All right, so the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck here. And it's all about learning to trust your intuition. And of course, some people trust their intuition a little bit easier than others, but we all have moments of doubt. And we all have moments where we second guess ourselves, or we kick ourselves and say, oh, I should have listened to my gut. I should have done this. I should have done this. So we're going to see if what's going on in here and see if this can help us to retrain ourselves, or just to be a little bit more aware. So here we are. We've got 50 cards in this particular deck. So we do have a nice hard two-part box here. This powerful card deck is designed to activate and strengthen your intuition or your vibes. Each of the 50 cards in this deck offers specific intuitive tools and ways to improve your connection to your inner power. Use this card deck and accompanying guidebook daily, and you'll learn to trust your vibes and experience the ease and flow of sixth sensory living. So if you buy individually, it's $24.99 US or $33.99 Canadian at the time of this publishing. Now I'm noticing right away that this has gotten a little bit compressed in shipping and manufacturing. So all I'm just going to do is just grab the ends here just a little bit and just kind of loosen them up. Fairly normal for these kinds, and then I'll just do it again here. So the inside of the lid says reconnect to your inner guidance. And then, of course, we have a nice guidebook that comes in here. Not super thick, not too many pages necessarily to read there. So fairly good, decent print on that. But it's 80 pages long, though. So it looks like here you have, it's not in color or anything. It's just black and white. And it looks to be just the text in this one. So let's just have a look and see. Let's see, here's a listing of the other decks that Sonia has created. All available. Whoa, there's lots of them actually. So we got 2 pages of them. So there we go. Table of contents here, general meaning of the cards. And of course, with this being a deck that's geared to heightening your intuition, right, then I would probably assume, without reading anything, I have not used this deck before, but I would pretty much assume that the general meaning of the cards is meant to kind of spark you on your journey, and then your intuition kind of takes over from there. So we've got about a page and a half or 2 pages for each one. Introduction, how to use the cards. Composed of 50 cards, this deck is designed to help activate and strengthen your intuition, your vibes, the guiding light of your divine self, for which, for many, is a missing component in life. Without it, you cannot genuinely be happy or fulfill your highest potential. Using this deck will help you activate your intuition and get it working for you fast. Each card offers specific intuitive tool and suggestions for strengthening your connection to your inner power, as well as answers to your specific question. There are several ways to use this deck. The first is to consider it a daily intuitive training practice, first shuffling and then randomly pulling one card from the deck per day in the morning and applying the card's suggestion throughout the day as situations rise. The second way to use this deck is asking for specific guidance on any question. To do this, focus on your question and shuffle the deck. Next, pull a card on your concern and follow its counsel. You can also use the deck for even more in-depth guidance. To do this, focus on the issue of interest and shuffle the deck. Then pull 3 cards. The first card you pull addresses the best way to approach the situation you are questioning. The second card guides you in how to quickly shift the energy to a higher vibration and bring you to the best outcome. The third card reveals what you might be overlooking or aren't aware of now, so that you see all the hidden aspects and influences as you move ahead. When using this deck, consider directions as guidelines and not rigid rules. The entire point of this deck is to reconnect you to your inner guidance. Therefore, it is important for you to follow your instincts on how to use this deck any way you want to. The deck becomes even more effective if you treat it with mindful consideration. For example, once you take the cards out of the box, wrap them in a beautiful silk scarf or colored fabric when not using them. Keep them in a safe place where other people cannot play with them or even touch them. This is your deck, and it works with your vibration. Others' energy scrambles the vibration, so answers will be less clear. You may, however, consult the deck on behalf of others if you wish. That is okay. Now, that little section there does kind of come... There's probably some differences of opinion with some of that. Some people will never, ever, ever let anyone touch any of their decks. Some people do wrap them in silk. Some people place them with a paired crystal. Whatever works for you to keep that energy connected with your deck is what is going to work for you the best way. Although granted, I don't think that I know anyone that will just randomly leave their cards out and let any old person willy-nilly play with them. Okay, sometimes with permission. Perhaps this is your tool. Anyway, so before you begin consulting the deck, light a small candle or an incense stick and either say a short prayer or set the intention to call in the guidance of the highest vibration. This simple ritual gets you grounded, puts you in a receptive mind and heart space, and lets the universe know that you are available and listening. Keep a small dedicated notebook along with your deck, and writing down your intentions and answers as you receive is another empowering practice that will significantly strengthen your experience with this deck. Regularly using this deck simultaneously reinforces your intuition and gives you the answers you need when you need them. Enjoy using it. Sonia Choquette. So, and then we get into the meanings of the cards. So let's look at the cards themselves, and then what we'll do at the end, we'll just randomly choose one and see what it has to say for us right now. So here we go. So we've got pretty little images in the back part of the deck. All right, so I'm just going to put these two to the side, and I'm going to zoom in the camera just a little bit, so hold on tight. All right, so let's go. So we're just going to take the little wrapping off of there. So now the size of them. Okay, so if you are new to tarot or oracle, this is a pretty standard oracle size, if you can call it that, which is, I mean, there's no real standard size for oracle decks. They do tend to be a little bit all over the place. However, this one here is just a little bit larger than a regular tarot. So a regular tarot deck would probably go to about here and down about there. So so we're adding probably about 30% or, well, no, probably about 20% to the rim of that. Anyways, the cardstock for here now, if you have watched some of my previous videos for unboxings, especially in the last year and a half or so, you will notice some comments that I have made previously about the cardstock that is coming out of Hay House these days. And it is this kind of cardboardy stock, which is fine in and of itself. It's a matte finish, so relatively easy to work with. The cards aren't really going to get stuck together. They are fairly sturdy, right? A little bit thinner than they used to be. And I do notice that some of my decks, actually all of them in the last year and a half or so, have started to warp a little bit. And all that it does is it just goes, you can barely even see it, but when you get all of the cards together, just that little bit of warp is kind of a little bit annoying. And it's not from shuffling. So I don't riffle shuffle my cards as a general rule. And I typically do overhand or I do from the side. So these are just from being. So hopefully they have resolved that issue. But anyways, but overall the cardstock is always subjective. What some people like, some people hate. So take it as you will. However, this is a fairly cardboardy one. It is a little bit floppier than it would normally be, but having said that, it's not floppy. Okay, so just in comparison to the previous. Anyways, so let's have a look at the cards themselves. All right. So card number 1, embrace your inner guidance. Okay, we've got bird. Often birds do represent guidance and messages and bringing her something, and she's reaching up to grab it. Get back to the body. Our body carries energy, right? And stuck energy can actually manifest itself in physical form. Get grounded. Listen to your body. It's always trying to tell you something. We've got a coral snake up there. Eek, we don't want one of those. We've got beautiful flowers. We do want those. We've got thorns twining us. We don't probably want those. So listen to your body. Quiet, please. Meditation. So I'll say so this is some of the decks that we've gotten through the card deck club aren't necessarily my style and not necessarily ones that I would generally gravitate towards. And I have some that are surprising and that I'm like, oh, okay, actually, I do really connect with this. And others where it's like, okay, yeah, there's a reason that I wouldn't normally buy this. Often it's the artwork sometimes. And, I'll say this isn't my favorite artwork. Okay, but as we go through, and I always try and connect with the decks anyway. As we go through, we'll see, if I start to feel any kind of connection or anything like that. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. I'm not going to get that connection necessarily off of an unboxing video. Granted, it's not unheard of. So anyways, having said that, the art style is not really my thing. Out of this one, but again, it's not necessarily that, it's how the deck works for you, right? Anyways, so observe, don't absorb. This one's actually really easy to comprehend. Okay, so we've got the girl here, and she's actually in this almost invisible bubble, right? She's got her all-seeing eye, and there's like snakes and things around, right? Fire under here. And so observe, don't absorb. And so this is like a little bit of an invisible veil of protection that she's put around her so that she can assess and observe what's going on in the world, but it's not coming in, right? She's not going to absorb that. So of course, after I said all this artwork's not necessarily my style or what I normally gravitate to. However, it is very easy to interpret, at least on this particular card, right? You get what it's saying. You get what it's showing you. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm like in a protective egg. I'm in a protective bubble, right? And so always a good way to be. And this is kind of reflective of, the saying, live your life from the inside, project it outward, and don't live your life from the outside and bring it in, right? And that way you certainly can embrace your personal power that way. Anyways, we've got watch your words. Sometimes our words are beautiful and sometimes not so much, and sometimes they come back to bite us. Take it easy. It'd be nice to just be chilling in a hammock right about now. Protect your spirit. Listen to your heart. Lighten up. It's a nice bright and vibrant card, isn't it? Kind of leaps off the page. Lighten up. Sometimes even in our darkest days, we can find the light. Pivot. Now, if any of you are 90s people, Pivot, we all know that one episode of Friends, if you ever watched that one. And pivot, 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 turn direction, change direction. Quick, usually, or at a sharp angle. So pivot. Change your story. Don't like what you've got? Rearrange it. Change it. Change your story. You don't like where you're headed? Find a different direction. Find a different path. It is card number 13, interestingly enough, which is reflective of the Death card in Tarot, which is about change. Bringing something to an end that's just not working and trying something a little bit different, or taking something to the next level and evolving. Write it down. Intentions, setting your intentions, write things down. We can write things down and set intentions to manifest things and keep in alignment with our goals and dreams. We can also write things down to get rid of them. All depends on your intention. Pray. Now, pray doesn't have to be religious connotation, right? Pray is the action and the intention of speaking to a higher power. And that can be pretty much anything for anybody. But when we pray, we connect. We're opening the lines and the doors of communication. Seek higher ground. Find your people. This is quite an important one, actually. Who are you connected to and who you're not connected to anymore? Who do you need to let go of? So in this card, again, the artwork is very simple, but you can get the meaning of it, right? So we've got people in a circle. Most of them are holding hands, except for this one. And so either we are reaching out to reconnect or to connect with people, or we are letting go. And as we grow, as we evolve, as we mature, as our energy changes, as our outlook on life changes, right? We don't always align with the people in our lives, even if they've been in our lives for a long time. And so, we do drift away sometimes, right? Sometimes it's just a slow drifting away. Sometimes it's quick and sudden, right? But it's to make room for better people, or not better people, better people that are better connected and aligned to our energy. There we go. Name it and claim it. It's a wish upon a star, if I've ever seen one. Fake it till you make it. Interesting. I'd actually like to read. I'd like to read the meaning out of the deck for this one. So in this one, I mean, we've got a black swan, we've got a white swan. She's wearing the white swan, and she's like, I'm just going to pretend that I fit in, or I'm going to pretend that that I am what I want to be, something. So fake it till you make it. Live in the energy and live in the vibe that you are what you desire to be, and then you will be that. So anyways, that's number 19. So help from beyond. There's always help out there. There's always guidance. There's always support. We can't always see it, but we need to trust it. Connect with your divine teachers. Expect the best. When you expect the best, you will find the best. When you expect the worst, you will find the worst. Keep that positive outlook. Embrace the adventure. Even if the adventure is not one that you signed up for, embrace it anyway. It might take you to interesting places. There's always a solution. And there is. Sometimes it takes a while to find it. Sometimes it's right in front of us. Let your higher self lead. Seek the truth. Look for the divine. The magic is everywhere, hey? Wait. Get another. The blue that they've used on a couple of these is like very, very vibrant. Anyways, wait. Free your creativity. Instant feedback. Instant feedback, is it good or is it not so good? Got bees stinging her hand there, so I don't know. We've got pay attention. Be generous. When we give, when we put ourselves out there, things do flow back to us multiplied. And the energy of generosity is one of those circulatory energies, right? It flows. Slow down. Sometimes life is going really fast and we got to be like this little snail here. Actually, it's a really cute little face on that snail. Dance in the fire. Reconsider. Looks a little dark and ominous, so it looks like a little bit of a warning card, doesn't it? Right? Reconsider what you're about to do or which path you're about to take. Let go. 2 very simple words. Not always easy though, is it? Set healthy limits and boundaries. Always good advice. One that we often need reminding though, right? Sometimes it's so challenging to continuously enforce boundaries, right? Because people make life difficult. The people that get annoyed and upset when you set boundaries or reinforce them is the ones that are taking advantage of your good nature. And they do tend to turn it back around on you sometimes. So a little bit challenging, one that we know, one that we try and practice, but one that is sometimes a little bit rough. Anyway, we've got trouble ahead. Again, a little bit of a warning card. Accept support. No man is an island. All right, there's always help and support and guidance somewhere available, whether it's helping hands in real life, whether it's guidance from above, whatever it happens to be. Work together. Teamwork makes the dream work, people. Live and learn. That's philosophy right there, hey? Live and learn. Sometimes we chalk up an experience to that. It's like, I'm not going to do that again. New beginnings. Beautiful. Got caterpillars, got a butterfly. Call on divine support. Good vibrations. It's kind of a weird and wacky, happy little card. Assess. Sometimes we need to take a step back and assess our situations. Do what you love. Always a beautiful message. Do what you love what you do, and the money will eventually come, but you'll be happy. You know, one of those things where I think today people are a little bit more, at least the kind of like younger people are a little bit more in tune with this than perhaps some previous generations, including mine, because we were kind of, it was ingrained in us big time, right, from our boomer parents, right, ingrained in us that, you work 9 to 5, you're loyal to your company will be loyal to you, and, you got to have the stability and the security and the money and all this kind of stuff, and the things that you love to do it on the side somewhere, but why can't you do the things you love for a living? right? And so I think some of the younger generations coming out here today, I think some of them are a little bit better at this. They're not, for some reason, not as worried as a paycheck, although granted, I don't know why they're not. But anyway, but yeah, do what you love what you do. The money will come, but follow your bliss, essentially, right? Call on your angels. Always there, guiding you, helping you, supporting you, but specific angelic realm with that message. Bring in the joy guides. Woo, that is bright. That is a very bright card. Work with your healers. And be grateful. When we live in the energy of gratitude, number one, we experience more joy and happiness, but we also find more things to be grateful for. So that is the Trust Your Vibes deck, and I think we were going to read number 19, we said, right? So let's just have a little quick read on this one, the Fake It Till You Make It, and see what that message is there. Because I think sometimes that's one that we do tend to practice. So your inner guidance accurately directs you, even though the outer world offers no evidence to confirm that you are on the right path. Have no fear. You are not making a mistake. You are tuning into the energy before it physically unfolds. Continue to trust yourself, even though others may challenge you or suggest you are being unreasonable and reckless. Have confidence in yourself and trust what you feel, no matter what others say or how it looks. All will be confirmed in time. In the meantime, fake it till you make it. Be confident that you are on the right path, even if you don't have the evidence to show for it. It is safe for you to trust yourself, and you'll be glad that you did. So live in the energy that you already have what you want and that you're on that right path, right? Look at all the inventors or artists and things in the world, right? How many people told them, give it up, you're on the wrong path, you'll never succeed, right? Probably a lot. So don't believe them. Ignore the haters. Anyways, so that is, like I said, the Trust Your Vibes deck. So I'll put all the links to everything all in the description box down below. But I'd love to know, do you have this deck? What are your first thoughts on it? What kind of vibes are you picking up from this? And have you used it? Drop me a comment, drop me a line. Drop a heart if you like it. Just give the video a thumbs up, though. Don't give the video a thumbs down if you don't like the deck. At least if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. But I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.